His second goal of the game, and he makes it 5-2 in this game, and it looks like we'll be going on to the next round of the FA Cup.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Mattov's English Journey, and welcome back to Leyton Orient, where today we have got quite a few interesting things coming up. So, taking a look at the league table at the moment, as you can see here, we currently sit in 8th place. So good the way we've started in this season, 15 games in, we've picked up 24 points. That's come in 7 wins, 3 draws, and also 5 losses. If you're going to take a look at the schedule to compare that to, we've had some really good games in the last few. It's been quite a few games since the last episode. We have gone on to play quite a few. It's been 11 games, because we've also had these trophy games in the Papa John's Trophy, formerly known as. If we go and take a look at our group, we are sitting in 3rd place currently, but a win against Walsall would probably get us through, you'd think. Depending on other results going our way, we are literally tied up at the moment with the Arsenal Academy, so advancing on from that would be really good. But in the league, we have been playing some really good football. We went 5 games unbeaten, had a bit of a loss against a tough Bristol Rovers team away from home. It required a late goal for them to win there. And then we've had some nice wins here. Another tough game against another playoff team. Boys were very tired going into this because the gap between these 2 games, 3 days, lots of games prior to that, and it was a pretty bad game overall. Not one of our best performances, but we've got an interesting few games coming up today. One at home in the FA Cup first round, and then against Hartlepool, actually, so a team who we formerly played, I believe, in the National League, and then after that Walsall at home, who currently sit at bottom in the league. So we're going to have a home filled episode this time round, which is good to see, because we'll always be playing these away games, and I'm not having it anymore. We are having some home games on the channel at Brisbane Road, because that's what we want to see. Some good performances there, which it's what it's all about, really. We've got 4 home games in a row as well, which will always be good to capitalise on, and hopefully we can pick up a few more points and move on up into these playoff spots, because as I said, once this team starts to gel and play better, I think we have potential. But saying that, also on the last few seasons, I feel like we have played like this, but then we've dropped off, which has been disappointing for us. I don't know if I can look at the past positions for last season. No, I can't, unfortunately. But yeah, it has been tough at times. We have dropped off, but then this season we've definitely started off well, and hopefully this can continue to improve. We're still within a few points of moving up even higher, but I think we focus on these games coming up. These next 4 will be really big. In terms of domestic competitions, and also in the league against some teams we should be picking up some points against. So first game of the day against Hartlepool, we could advance on to the second round of the FA Cup, and a season where it looks like we might be doing a bit better in some competitions, which is always good to see. It's been a good start to the season for us, and let's see if we can go and continue that here. So the team for this game against Hartlepool at Brisbane Road in the FA Cup, we're going with the standard team. It starts with Keeley in goal. We've got a backline of Scanlon, Hap, Casey and Blake. Sang ahead of them, and in the midfield we've got Bello in full. And by the way, Bello, what a player he has been for us. He's showing his class already at 19 years of age. What a player he has been. And Funk on left, another player who's been exceptional, stepping up for Jeffco. 11 goals already for him in this season. He is playing out of his mind at the moment. Omicheri on the opposite side, he's having a good performance as well, and also Augustidis. They're all playing well, let's just put it that way, but there's been some exceptional performances from some of these boys in this team. Let's go and see what we can do in this game. Kick off here in this game against Hartlepool. Omicheri is waiting at the back post, and within 6 minutes we get our first goal of this game in this FA Cup tie. And I mean, against this Hartlepool team, the way you've been playing, we could be in for a very high scoring game. I might have to cut down the highlights if that's the case, but it's a lovely finish at the back post from Omicheri. The ball in from Blake. He's been really good at that wing back position, on his opposite side actually, but he's delivered a nice ball in there, and we get the opening goal of this game. We have had some really good performances in this season. One notable game was we played against Portsmouth, who at the time of the game were around 3rd place. Even before that, they were on top of the league. They came to, I think we might have gone away actually. I'm not too sure what happened. I really want to check now. I think we will just go and take a look quickly at what happened with them. So if we go to the schedule, we were in fact, so we were at home, but we absolutely thrashed them 4-0. We controlled the ball so well. We didn't let them in the game for at least 60 minutes before they were even able to get any shot away. We've played so well in that game, and if we can play like that against these teams who are contesting the top spots, as I said, when we can start to do that, that's when we'll become a team who can contest these playoff spots, and we're starting to build momentum. Obviously, the drop off of form will come eventually. I expect it anytime soon, to be honest, because one, I'm recording, and two, the boys are absolutely knackered at the moment. They are getting really tired with the load of games that we're playing, and staying in competitions wouldn't help that. But I wouldn't mind staying in competitions and also doing well in the league at the same time. Maybe if we get knocked out, I mean, we're already out of the Carabao Cup. Maybe if we get knocked out of some of the other two, that would be a benefit for us. But it doesn't look like we're going out of the FA Cup here. As Jordan Fowle in the midfield gets our second goal of this game. We're playing some lovely stuff at the moment. Finally, 35 minutes gone in this game once again. Leyton Orient coming on the attack here down the swing. Omicheri and Fonku's waiting at the back post for that ball, and he doesn't win his header. He's not very good at them, but he does get a lot of the balls in. That's what he's better at, those shots. Low driven balls, but that, I mean, is not one of his best finishes from him. As I say, he has been one of the players who has turned up for us in this season, especially to step up into a role where he wasn't nailed on at the start of the season, where Jeffco was playing so good to see him stepped up and do that. Another player, Scanlon, as well, is turned around at this club from when he was fuming to be here last year, not even getting ahead of Larketch, to now being one of the notable players in this team. He's done so well for himself, and it's just good to see that we're adapting a really good dressing room atmosphere. I promised them that we would do it, and it's something that I've been very consistently good at doing. I mean, so far in the whole career, the only time where we've had a real issue was when I wanted to leave Alfreton. I think that was really the only time. But now, once we fix this issue, which I didn't realise would be such a big issue with all the youth players on non-contract. Once that issue's been fixed and there is no issues at the club now, everyone's left to where they want to go to. It all works out and makes sense. And now we have a really good dressing room atmosphere behind us. Players who, I mean, for example, Max Sanders, who was here last year, he wanted to leave to a big club. I think he's still a free agent, and this is just a thing. Like, if we would have offered him the new contract if he wanted to stay, and now he hasn't even got that big club move that he wanted. And for example, Dan Happ, who's just on that ball there, going into half time where we lead 3-0, he wanted to leave. No one came for him, and he's very happy to stay here. I would have easily dropped him out of this team if he'd kept like that. I was even planning on to. I didn't even have him on a contract when I didn't offer him any contract when it came to the day of his, when the contract expires. We only offered him the contract after he actually started his non-contract hours, and the fact he's been able to step up like that shows his leadership. That's why he's still our captain. Nailed on captain, really good in what he wants in a dressing room, and that's why he's staying and retaining his starting spot, because he's playing so well in this new role as well for him, the ball playing defender. Because when we came to Leyton Orient, I said that I'd like to play a bit more of an advanced tactic. That's something we can mess around with now that we're a bit more of an advanced club, and that's one thing we can do with the like of Dan Happ. And it's just good to see how all these players have turned up in this season. But you don't want to get your hopes up too high, but at least we can credit them for now, how some of them have turned up, and hopefully it can continue. We will be going on to the next round of the FA Cup. We've had 70% possession. That is always lovely to see, no matter what system you play. I know we're playing quite a possession heavy tactic, but it's working, and we also get to see a lot of creative play in it as well, so that's always good for me to see. I'm a big fan of original creative play, how football was meant to be played. That's probably how you could term it. But we are 4-0 up here. It looks like we will be advancing on to the next round of the FA Cup. We're going to make some changes here. We're going to pair Happ and Fitzwater at the back. They have been playing really well. I mean, Fitzwater's had some good games. Had to step up into right back because there was a few games recently where Blake at right back, who's on the ball now, he was illegible, and he was also suspended for a game as well, because he was suspended for a yellow card limit, and then the game after we played against Portsmouth, where we beat them 4-0, he wasn't able to play because it's his parent club. So that's why he was out. But he was replaced by Fitzwater, and he's put some good games in there for an unnatural position, playing so well. And it's good that we can also have these utility players who do really, really well for us. We're 75 minutes into this game. We might have a chance here to get our 5th goal with Blake, as we were mentioning just before about him. He will look to try and burst down this right side. He's got Augustidis waiting in the middle. He's already on the score sheet. He'll try and look to get a few more. And you think Fitzwater plays it into Dudziak in the midfield. He goes back to Fitzwater. He's playing at a nice centre-back role where he can step up because that holding position where Insigne is at apparently. I don't know why that has happened. I think I do actually know why, because I was supposed to bring on Brooks, but then Insigne's come on in the place of him. That's fixed now anyway, so it's not something to worry about. Hartlepool do look like they've picked up a penalty here, so we'll need to do a bit of defending, maybe a bit of goalkeeping. Could be a heroic moment for Keeley in the goal. He's another player who's been playing really well. He's an amazing shot stopper. That's one thing I've noticed. Really consistent in that. Not meant to be on that occasion, but 75 minutes goes and you think we'd be going on to the next round of the FA Cup. 4-1 up here. 83 minutes gone in this game. Armicherry will play a ball into the middle, and Augustidis with that flying header has hit the crossbar so close to him for getting another goal in this game to make it 5-1. And to top all off, really, it's been a really, really good performance against the team we should be beating. We've gone out and given them, we've put in a good, solid performance, how it should be, and we've gone and beat them in a very, orderly fashion. I mean, they're through on goal again, and you start to think, is it going to happen? They've pulled another one back. Just as I say that, probably not the right time to, and they have got 2 goals here in the last 10 minutes, and I mean, you start to think, is it possible? Hopefully not. 88 minutes gone in this game. Dudziak in the midfield. It's gone straight through him. Augustidis now will play it out wide to Insigne. Insigne goes out to Larkech, and he has the chance to deliver this ball in here. That's what he does, and Augustidis is waiting in the middle. His 2nd goal of the game, and he makes it 5-2 in this game. And it looks like we'll be going on to the next round of the FA Cup. Full time here in this game against Hartlepool. It's a very convincing win. That's the word I was looking for before, but now I found it, and that is the word to describe our performance today. Really, really good with how we played. We get a nice cash injection there. Always nice to see. And then now we're going to go on back into the league against Walsall, a game where we, should be picking up another 3 points. That win will definitely up the spirits off the back of a tough loss against Stockport it was. And yeah, hopefully we can go and pick up a big 3 points at home and another convincing result, you'd think. So the team for this game against Walsall in the league, big 3 points on the line here in our push for the playoffs. It starts with Keeley in goal, back line of Scanlon, Hap, Casey and Blake. Sang ahead of them, Bello and Fall make up the midfield, and Fonku on the left, Armicherry on the right, and Augustidis up top. Kick off here in this game at Brisbane Road against Walsall. The ball is floating around there, and in Fonku, the young player of the month in the league this passing month, and he gets the opening goal of this game to open it up, within 3 minutes, and it's a lovely finish by him to start things off. It's just floating around, the goalkeeper hits it out, and then in Fonku on the half volley, and what a finish it is, to be fair, with the composure to have to do that when the goal's open, place it. Really, really good stuff to see here. We got confirmation of who our next round of the FA Cup will be in the 2nd round, so we'll be playing either Gillingham or Dulwich Hamlet, who are a National League team, I believe, in Gillingham. I think in the League of Belows, maybe, I'm not too sure. So yeah, there might actually be the chance we go on and continue, but I'm not going to say it. I don't think I said it last time. I don't think I should say it here. And Fonku is waiting there again, and within 5 minutes, Brooklyn and Fonku has got 2 goals already in this game, and he is playing some amazing football at the moment. I mean, we've absolutely blown them away here. Within 5 minutes, it's 2-0. 10 minutes gone in this game here. It might be a chance for Fonku to get his hat-trick. Already not meant to be on this occasion. It looks like Walsall might look to try and turn this ball over, and I mean, if we can go and give it a bit of a press, turn this around. I mean, we are playing a gegenpress style. If we turn this around like we have just tried to there, play it up to Fonku, and he could have a 10-minute hat-trick here. I think that might be historic, 11 minutes gone, and to pick up a hat-trick in that time, that would be pretty insane. Blake is going to try and burst down this side. Armicherry ahead of him, and that's who he plays it to. Of course, Augustidis is pulled up in the middle. Armicherry has the shot himself. How close was that to a screamer? But one more thing I am concerned about is why Augustidis is down there. He's gone down under no pressure at all, and he's going to have to come off. That is so disappointing to see for him. It's apparently a knock, so maybe not as bad as we think. We're going to bring on Insigne there. I mean, Insigne not turning up as well as I thought he would, but I mean, it's funny to bring him on, so I think we'll just bring him on there. That goal, the first two goals actually in this game, does move us up into the playoff spot, sixth place there. As you can slightly see, there we go now. So 27 points at the moment after 16 games, and you start to think maybe it's a bit of a. I mean, I'm not really too sure, but it's a better start than we've had in the last few seasons. But the thing we've struggled with is keeping consistent. When the tactic collapses a little bit, we concede a load of goals in games, lose points where we don't need to, and we ultimately we drop off in those last two seasons. That's what has been the pattern. But hopefully here we can establish this for a little bit longer, and then you dare to dream. Is it possible that we can go on and achieve that goal of the playoffs or even the title? But don't want to get too ahead of ourselves now. Foul was waiting in the middle there, and he gets his third goal in 2 games. It's a lovely finish, and within 15 minutes we're 3-0 up here. 20 minutes gone in this game. Insigne's waiting in the middle. And just as I said, he's been playing not as good as we thought he would. I mean, I didn't expect loads from him, to be fair. I thought he could maybe bag a few goals, and I mean, he has got one here, to be fair to him. I thought he'd be a bit more creative. That's what I thought he'd do, just making some absolutely insane plays. But I'm not going to complain. He gets our fourth goal inside 25 minutes. And we are picking up some huge points and also big for the goal difference as well. I think we were sitting on around 0 recently, and now in a few games we've turned that around, and we have one of the best goal differences in the league. That is going to be a huge advantage for us, for these teams in and around those playoff spots, and we can be very, very happy that we're scoring as many goals as we are. We just don't want to bottle it like we have in recent seasons. I mean, we've been much better this season, so you'd think it's not our time to start doing that 4-0 up inside 30 minutes here. Once again, we find ourselves on the attack. Bello, the young midfielder, is bursting into the box there, and he has the shot from the edge of it actually, and we had the chance there to make it 5-0 before the half time, and what a result that would be. We still might have the chance to do so, as Insigne will look to try and play this ball in. Hap is waiting in the middle. He doesn't manage to reach it, unfortunately for him. Just as I was also saying, Insigne not as creative as we thought. It was a nice delivery in, but Hap was not able to get on the end of that there. But we'll keep this attack alive here. Blake will play it back to Dan Happ, and he might look to play the ball over the top. Instead, he plays it to Bello, and we know he can find a pass if he needs to. He plays the simple one there, keeping it nice and simple. Sang here, making up this 3-back, plays it to Fowl, and now Casey at centre-back will play it out wide to Blake, and we know what he can do when he bursts down this side. He looks trying to deliver one in. He's got Fonku waiting on the back post. On his hat-trick, it goes to Casey, and now it goes to Bello. Back to Casey, and he might go out wide to Blake. But instead will opt to go by himself. He might go back to Dan Happ now. Instead he goes to Fowl. Where's he going to go? He plays it to Baker. Lovely bit of passing. Cherry's going to release the ball. And what a goal that is from the whole team. Cherry with the finish. And it's 5-0 inside 35 minutes here. And what a team goal that was. We are playing absolutely out of our minds at the moment. How long is this going to last for? I hope for the rest of the season. 53 minutes gone in this game. This episode has been amazing. Finally, I said we needed patience, and we're starting to see some good results. How long can we keep this up for? I don't know. We have these doubts because of what has happened in the last 2 seasons, but hopefully now is the time we start to turn off. We've made some changes here. We've brought on Larketch in place of Scanlon. Not had his best game, so we'll bring on Larketch. Give him a few minutes there, see what he can do. We've also brought on Fitzwater at centre-back. We know how good he's playing at the moment, so it's a reasonable change to bring him on there. But if you just look at the bottom, all of the ratings for all the boys, I mean, that's what we have to base it off for now, really. Keeley at goalkeeper, who, I mean, considering 5-0 up, you wouldn't think he's been involved, but a 7.2 rating, he's always showing his class. Blake on a 9, he's been involved in pretty much every goal by the looks of it, although Keeley has just conceded there. You wouldn't think Walsall would be able to get back into this, and I think this was an issue I had before, where I said we concede goals when we don't really need to. That was probably another example there. Walsall not doing themselves any favours. 34 goals down on the goal difference. I mean, I don't know if they were in what league they were in last year. They were in League One last year, and they're 34 goals down. I mean, I'm going to take a look at the league table. They've scored 12 goals all season, conceded 41. That is crazy. We've definitely not helped them in their efforts of keeping that down a little bit more. But I mean, if we're going to play as well as we have here, there's a serious question: can we go on and get that playoff finish? I hope it's possible. I really, really do. Why can we not make a final change here? Where's Augustinus gone? I want to bring on Dudziak, but we can only make 4 changes apparently. Where's the 5th one gone? I don't know, man. What's gone on there? It's very strange what's happened there. Just want to bring on Dudziak. I'm going to try one more time, see if that's not just an issue. And we've made all the substitutions. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's gone on there then? Maybe they just don't want us to rest the boys. They don't want the playoff finish. That's what the conclusion is from that. But 75 minutes in, with 5-1 up here, and it's just been a great day for us. 87 minutes gone in this game, the final moment. You think Larketch with a lovely ball in there, but no one manages to get on the end of it. Army Cherry now, he might leave to try and find Fonku at the back post. Instead, he finds Foal, and he's got his 2nd goal off this game. 4 goals in 2 games, and 2 in each of them, and he is playing really, really good. I mean, we've been playing quite a fair bit of rotation between Foal and Dudziak. They've both broke in at different times, and I mean, that's a credit to Foal that he's managed to break in, but also credit to Dudziak that at times have been able to turn up for us and step in when we've needed them to. Really, really good to see. The boys just playing so well at the moment, and I mean, we have conceded another goal here. That's not one thing I mentioned, but we still got 6 goals up. We're going to pick up 3 points, and that is what matters at the end of the day. You just want perfection really in a team like this, and conceding 2 goals at home against the team bottom of the league, you don't really want it, but we can't really complain. We're taking away 3 points and lots of goals. Fonku could come away from this game with a hat-trick, a long-range shot there. Probably could have run on into the box with it, but he opted for that long shot instead. We currently sit in 5th place. Everyone's tied on around the same number of games, and we have started off this season really, really well. It's going to be a big 30 games to see how we end up this season. And I mean, if we start doing badly, we could be leaving. If we finish the season as we started, we could be staying. Insigne is through on goal and it's forced the big save. He had the chance for his 2nd goal of the game, the 3rd player in this game to get a brace, and what a storyline that would have been. But yeah, as I say, these next 30 games, the rest of the season, are going to be a big turning point in the career here in Mattov's English journey. It's going to make for a very interesting dynamic here. The full-time whistle has gone. We win 6-2 on the day, and it's been a cracking episode. 11 goals for the good, and what a day it's been. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave you with this little tune, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.